Power up again, my people. So US oil, same trade, same everything, nothing no change. And then you remember in the last video, I was doing a scenario, right? Where, let me delete this. I was doing a scenario about this trade, about how we could catch this trade, and the best way to catch this trade, and technically see how it will technically play out just like how we had suggested that it potentially would, right? And then the trade is still working. So technically in this trade now, what you would do is, if you want to drive even the flips on this trade, you just drive from this low and swing it to the high like that, and then you can tell that the market is going to pull back within either this area right here, and then finish the buying. Oh, sorry about that. And then finish the buying process, right? So patience is key in understanding price action. So technically, if you should segment this chart, you'd realize that the market technically did exactly as I suggested it was going to do, and then it was just due to the day. You know, the market had finished back at a certain point throughout the day. My idea was that the market is going to go back for the high. It didn't technically reach the high, but we got some good moves out of the market today. And then Thursday we'll start at midnight, right? So we still have some time right now for the market to technically just trade up here. Market is technically wanting to trade above this area, just up to the negative 27%. So that might be the end of this move right here, to touch at the negative 20%, negative 27% Fibonacci area. Might be the end of this entire move, like just about here, maybe to the 61%. Market might not go all the way up here, might just go to this level, and then we might have some heavy selling going back on down to this side. Well, it's based on what is happening on the higher time frame. I'll have to check on the higher time frame to see what we have happening on the higher time frame, to see what confirms that move. So again, trade management is pivotal. All these, this is an engine. I did actually take the trade. So you see it's up right now on the account. I bought a 2 lot, about 2 lots out of it, right? So under 1 lot too, the 3 lots technically, as you can see, right? Let me refresh this. So again, always, you never be afraid to try, right? The true losers in life are not those who try and fail, but those who fail to try. So the true losers in life are not those who try and fail, but those who fail to try. Right, so in this case, it would be as it regards to like US oil, right? We had anticipated that the market is above here, and I was calculating that the potential for the trade, like to buy here, is technically being diminished, right? Because we're technically coming from this area here, and then if you should buy here, finding somewhere safe to put a stop loss to protect your profit would be technically hard. So I was suggesting that, okay, the first place that you'd have to look is technically below here. Anyway, you'd have to put a stop loss, it has to be below this low right here, right? And then technically the market came to suggest that, and then this was an area that we were looking at too, because of what is going on around those areas. So the market technically did that and respected the move, so we got more out of the trade. So again, we could have used any risk amount here, but we're not going to risk this much when we're already profiting on a trade and already like took majority of the profit out of the market, right? So in this case now we're just finessing price action, and we're just seeing what price action is doing, because the move has technically been finished. We take majority of took majority of the profits off the table. So right now we're just chilling, right? Yeah, right now we're just chilling in terms of like where execution is concerned, or too much profit taking is concerned. There's one more push for the market to make, just one more push. So if you realize how the market flows, observe the flow of price action. You see that? This is how price action moves in an uptrend. Series of big pushes, then some pullback, and then until you see just stop, right? So you look forward to see that happen each time. The trade that's up 130,000. In 130,000, up 30k in equity on the trade, right? So we can just, for this trade, we can close out 50%, and then yeah, close 50% of the trade right now. You know, just because. So we just turn up the equity. We want the next trade go at least maybe on 15 to 20k again, depending upon the move. The move suggests if the market give a move there, then we can definitely get that. Right, but we're up on the 5 minute right now, so we'll go on the 15 minute. Sometimes we don't want to dwell too much on the lower time frame. Again, sometimes for entries you look for, then you can dwell on the lower time frame for sure. If you're not really seek out entries in the market, you don't want to spend too much time on the lower time frame because you might distort your analysis, right? You might get thrown off by where I read, because you might think say where you analyze or where you see on the lower time frame is what constitutes the entirety of the market, and there could be something else happening on another time frame that you're not paying attention to. So you have to, like, once you're not seeking out entries or you're not just observing the market or just watching the market, just don't spend too much time on the lower time frame, because it will take you out of your position. Like, you might just see someone else with a tell us say, oh, the market might do this or the market might do that against a position, and then you close the trade. I closed that trade today for that same reason. I saw that the market was going to go to the trend line, right? When I saw that the market was going to go to the trend line, I can show you what trade exactly I'm talking about. So let's go down to the 5 minute. So the market was here. Hold on. Yeah, the market was, I think, somewhere within here. And then I had seen that the market was respecting this trend line, right here. So my anticipation, my idea was that the market is going to sell from here, come down to the trend line or down to this low here. I don't take this low out, right? My overall target was down to here, this level right here. Let me make it so you can see where I'm going. I said this level I wanted to target this level, selling from here, but I had anticipated that the market would have stopped here, right, due to the trend line that was there. So because I saw that, then here what I did sell, you know, but I closed the trade because I think I went on another time frame, and then I saw something else to that like suggested something different. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I saw something that suggested something different from what I was seeing, and then I initially closed the trade. Maybe it was something like this, I'm not sure, but something supported the decision of the trade not selling, and then I initially closed the trade. The moment I closed the trade started to sell. But guess what? I didn't sweat it because it was just like, it was only like $200. See there? $200. So you have to know how to, and again, the market wasn't really selling. This was like a short set. So whenever you find that, or if you think that a trade is not going to work, don't try to reason it out too much. Just let it go. You get me? Just liquidate it. Now we'll get some more move up here, so we can technically go in and trade again, you know. We'll go in and trade again. And again, we only do this to show you how we scale in our trades. Why we scale in our trade. Why would I scale in a trade again, or why one potential the right here, so we scale in our trade, is because price action above the trend line. This trend line, the major trend line, price action trade above it, and then price action technically give you a retest of the trend line. It gives them a price action technically give you a retest of the trend line. So price action push above the trend line, and the price action come back to the trend line, and then above to start trade above the trend line. If you go on the 1 minute time frame to see what's happening, you'll realize that price action is technically about to go back bullish. Right, are about to continue the bullish trend, or even if not, then the probability is that the highest probability is that this market breaks here, could just going to stop here and then start trending high again until market sell come back to the trend line, which is going to be a very good move. Hope I catch that move. So look at that. Say in less than 24 hours. Look at the net. Look at the gross profit and the net profit. Look at the account in just a few trades, right? In just a few trades. And if I didn't let go any of these trades, you know how this would be up at least 140, like 40k. And if I choose close none of it, I will be up like 50k plus. And this is just one trade. And we can do this like a few times for the week, or once the market provides us with that type of opportunity, because the market doesn't give an opportunity like this every day. The market don't give an opportunity like this every day. So again, this trade, you don't really seek out entries again in trades like this. Again, if you just want to try it just to see if you're right, then you can, but you just don't apply a lot of capital to put positions like this. In this case, like right here, we took an entry here. This is a clean entry again. This is almost like a good entry, but then you see market pull back and then start to trend upwards. So but anyway, we trade was protected, so it's still good regardless. You get me? We know we still have float in another position there, and it was this tool at here. Now we can technically close it, because here market's a trade from here, so market the here, so now and then the market will go here. I think the trade will go like $6,000 or $3,000 if I remember. But here we can just make them trader go and finish out the trading day. You get me? The market I will close technically midnight over to here, so I believe so before the market closes I go to the high. I will trade up to the high when it start initially in a day, and then we can see what the rest of move them be to tomorrow. So if you observe, always try to observe price action no matter what. Once in the market and you trade the market, try to observe price action. You see me? Observe why you see price action and move like wait and move. Why I think price action and do it and do it and do it and do. When it's doing what it is doing. You get me? Too much nice on the chart sometimes. So that is why now we have to do certain analysis or certain technicals, and you can make a chart messy like a goat. But besides that, I try to maintain clean chart, so you can have clean technicals. You see me? Clean your chart, clean your technicals. And the easier you understand the technicals, you not clean your technicals. Clean your chart, the easier you understand the technicals. So I look for something like this. So yeah, powerful. What you want to do is, again, what you always remember, always maintain a clean chart, because guess what? In any case, you want to ensure that whatever the data we have perceived from price action, data we are seeing in the market, are the most accurate data. Right? You want to ensure that the data, you personally not try to distort market data, market information. You get me? So whenever the chart clean, you can really technically see where the market is. You see the flow of the market? This is the flow of the market. So it's just continuing that flow as it progresses into the bullish direction. Or you can always draw a trend line to support it or to see what price action is going. And by mean to support it is to support the belief that you have that price action is going to buy. As I tell you, whenever price action is buying, what is the price action do? Price action break above key resistance level. Price action break above this resistance level and turn it into support. Price action break above is a resistance level here again. Price action break above this resistance level, turn it into support. Again, the trend line is also acting as a support for that direction price is going. Again, meet resistance right here, so no, it has seek support. I get support from a trend line to break resistance, then we're going to seek support, and then we can see whatever it is up there. So once price action start range and then look like it ever going to be bearish, we can just say come back down and wherever price action will go. We're going to do a top down analysis from the weekly time frame down, so we can really see where the market up to or where the market have offer. You get me? That way we can just we can technically spot out the best move for tomorrow. Observe the chart and see how the market move in a London session, so we can get a deeper, more in-depth analysis. And as you can see, I use one different broker now, FXCM offer this, so I'm not seeing a big gap like we see on the other one. So this is more clean, this is more up-to-date data, market information. This is easy to work with. So just have a look at trend line and maintain the trade. You don't really want much on your chart. Sometimes we just keep it clean. Again, annotate the chart once you realize you didn't want to zone, we have to annotate and we can leave them on another chart and then still come back to this chart to to the cleaner chart so you can get a better technicals or see a better the price action from a clearer view. You see what I'm going to potentially will get a move from in here, so and this is where the potential move is, or just above here might just continue. So let's see. And it is some immaculate move that we get from this trade, you know. Like this area alone, yeah man, it's very it's a very good trade out of that area alone. So yeah, what you want to do is just remember to track price action and movement at all times. Always track price action movement. You have a consistent check on it. Again, if you do have a check for a trade, don't check on the dollar value, don't check on the MetaTrader 5. Just trading view, or if you use, if you like a trade, you trade there, but don't go in the MetaTrader 5 to check on the P&L. P&L no matter, just the how well you trade matter. You get me? So you observe how the market a transition, or not transition technically, but how the market maintain trend. Yeah, so you look out for all of them because all of them favor. They're not really important right now, but you just look out for them. You really want to see what happened that they can jam a little line there passing to say, okay, these are all these type of areas. Okay, so again, there's a trade update. Trade started from here. As you can see, this is a complete breakdown of a trade. How we get a trade from full process beginning, clean a set of entries. All entries are very precise based on strict methodology. Right, so let's see what happens. How my potential to get a re-engineer set on again. I will know that it's because of how price action move. Anyway, I think this should conclude the trade. If anything, I'll make another video in a London session in like 12 o'clock midnight to see what is what, check on this trade and see how it has progressed in the time. Power, wait, stay tuned to the next video. Something could be haunted by you, haunted by you.